Me being Sam having a yellow fire engine, I needed to invest, you know. There is no way in a million years I'm going to go and road test this fire engine without a bloody fireman's helmet, yeah? Welcome to the Hard Up Garage, where we've got stories about cars. Yes, that's right, car stories. Thursday morning, on a freezing cold day, it's raining, and my phone rings. It's my trusty pal Nick Williams. Hello mate, how you doing? Get down to Facebook now. I'm like, what do you mean get down to Facebook? Put the phone down, look on my phone, he'd already sent me a link to a fire engine that had broken down in Southampton. And I'm thinking fire engine, I'm thinking red. Yeah, my name's Sam. Fireman Sam, right? You know, the old TV show back in the 80s. Doesn't get cooler than Fireman Sam. So I go on Facebook, he sent me a link. I phoned the guy. He said, mate, the first idiot to get down to Southampton and give me £500 for my fire engine buys it. I said, well, I'll transfer you the money. That way no one else can jump in front of me. Transferred in 500 quid and I phoned a company called McCormick Recovery. Guys, can you go pick up a fire engine for me? No worries. What happened was the guy had spent £15,000 restoring this beautiful green goddess, right? Which in England we call them a green goddess because in the army they had all these Bedford fire engines, yeah? And they were all green for the army. It turns out in Northern Ireland that all the fire engines back in the day were painted yellow. So that way they were like seen as a helpful emergency vehicle as opposed to a police or the army, which a lot of people didn't like back in the day. So a bright yellow fire engine had a riot shield on the windscreen, really, really cool. And to my delight, it turns up and this thing is bloody perfect. It's been restored to the highest quality. The paint on it is flawless. The interior is perfect. The only problem is the engine had blown up. And this isn't an engine that you can just go on eBay and buy one from the local scrapyard. This is a pain in the arse. The problem you got is they don't make engines for it anymore. But what you do have is lovely collectors out there that restore and keep these vehicles on the road. And therefore there is an abundance of these parts everywhere to buy, you know. So there's a warehouse in Surrey that you phone him and you say, mate, I've got a Bedford Green Goddess and I need a piston. He's like, cool. Can you measure the bore? So I get my vernier caliper out and I measure the bore and I measure the length from a con rod and I do that and I send him all the numbers. He goes, yep, I've got one here, brand spanking new, 50 quid. What? So it turns up in a box and it's still in this wax paper and oil. So the whole thing is covered in wax. It preserves it, you know. And it comes with the shells and the bearings. And I'm like, mate, I need a sump gasket. Sends me one. Like, it's just amazing. I take the head off the engine, take the head out of the way. And me and my buddy, Guppy, Sam Kerrigan at the time, we stripped down the engine and the piston had basically got a hole in it and melted and jammed in the bore. Somehow it didn't damage the side of the bore, you know. I don't know how. I don't know to this day how it didn't damage it. I get the piston out, turn the engine over, turns over lovely and smooth, got compression on all the other cylinders, absolutely perfect. So I'll get my new piston, drop it in the bore, you know, pull my old piston rings in, clamp them down, torque up my torque settings on the bottom. The good thing about snap-on torque wrenches, yeah, when you don't have torque settings to hand, you can get a snap-on torque wrench, set the setting on it, click it, and it tells you how tight that bolt is done up, yeah? So I basically copied the torque settings, tightened it up, turn the engine over, turns over absolutely lovely. Put the head back on, new head gasket, new exhaust and intake manifold, put all the engine back together and turn it over. Turns over flipping amazing, you know, really, really well. It's alive! And at this point, I'm so excited when I go home because it's turning over. I haven't got it running yet, you know, but it's turning over. It's really smooth and I've got good compression. So I go home and back in the 80s there was this TV show called Fireman Sam, yeah? And I think it's like some Welsh TV show in a place called Pontypandy or something like this. And there was an amazing guy called Fireman Sam. Me being Sam having a yellow fire engine, I needed to invest, you know. There is no way in a million years I'm going to go and road test this fire engine without a bloody fireman's helmet, yeah? So I go online and I buy like a 1970s, 1980s pair of fireman's helmets for 200 quid, which is like $300, yeah? And this is before I even get to work. I've driven an hour and a half to buy a helmet that I don't need. So me and my buddy, we spend about 3 or 4 hours putting the fuel in, setting the timing up, getting everything ready. Bloody thing only goes and fires up on the button, doesn't it? Boom, big cloud of smoke. just amazing, you know. We jump in it, in the third gear, we're going down the road.
Are you guys having a lovely time? At Hard Up Garage, we bought Fireman's helmets just to road test the fire engine. And yeah, we're going this way. We are coming round the corner when we go. We're falling over round the corner. The fire engine. We are about 20 miles an hour. 20.
I'm in this stupid fire engine, like it is the coolest thing ever, and I can't get the siren to work, and I'm like, oh, damn it, this is a shame. So we pull over on the side of the road. We got a toolkit with us, and yes, on the side of the road in Fireman in Hampshire, I am wiring up the siren, and then I get the blue lights working, and we're going down the road. And go, da, da, da. It's just cool because I am now Fireman Sam with my fireman's helmet with another guy called Sam, so there is two Fireman Sams driving down the road with our blue lights on. The worst thing is it's actually illegal to put your blue lights on in England, okay? With our blue lights currently stuck on because we switched them on but we couldn't turn them off, we then got pulled over by an unmarked police car. So we pull into Fareham, where is it? It's On the Run petrol station in Gosport Road in England, yeah? We pull in and we're trying to get the blue light off, yeah? So at this point I didn't realise that the unmarked police car followed us in. So he followed us in and I'm there trying to get it to turn off. I mean, like the sirens aren't going, but the blue light is just blinking on and on. And it's actually illegal to shine a blue light in England if you're not an emergency service. And I'm there and we're sat there at the bloody petrol station and this BMW is parked about 25, 30 feet behind us. And I'm on the roof trying to get it working. I'm playing with the switch. I'm disconnecting the battery. I put the battery back on. It comes back on. I'm getting more and more upset and more angry. And this copper walks over to me as he does. Looks over like this. PC Wally chops, right? When a copper walks up to you for having blue lights on your fire engine, yeah, your heart sinks, okay? Because being a young man, I know when you see blue lights, you're in trouble, right? But when your blue lights that are highly illegal on your truck are still going and you can't turn them off, and a copper comes up to you, you know you're in the all right, you know game's over, he's going to throw the book at you. Let's not mention the fact that this fire engine, yeah, is a 5.5 ton vehicle, so I legally shouldn't be driving it on the road anyway, which I later found out.
At Hard Up Garage, we're not afraid to drive fire engines, NASChargers, or break the law. We're not breaking the law, we are the law! You will respect my authority!
My heart sunk the minute that copper walks over. I never knew he was going to offer me advice to actually resolve my problem. But the problem is with coppers in England, they're either car guys or they're against car guys. Excuse me, son, we see your blue lights on. You do know it's illegal in England to have a blue light on. I said, the truth of the matter is, officer, we've just fixed it. We've just rebuilt the engine. We just got it on the road. And we'd taken it for a road test, but we didn't realise the blue light was on. And he said, well, I could see you didn't realise your blue light was on because you just spent half hour trying to get the bloody thing off. I said, no worries. So he jumps in the cab. Says, my dad used to have one of these. I'm like, what? No way. He says, yeah. And where the light switch is, there's a pull part to the switch as well, okay? So when you turn it on, it pulls the switch actually out of its socket to the on period, yeah? So he jumps in, and he just grabs hold of the switch and pushes it in and the light goes off. So sometimes cops are useful. Thank you for helping me turn my police light off, Mr. Police Officer, sir. Much appreciated. And we got back to the yard and I went on eBay, and for the weekend coming up I bought 4 plastic helmets, fireman's helmets. I took my little boys out in the fire engine, you know, for the first time and the last time in my life. I'll probably ever get to own a fire engine and take my kids out, but you know, I even took my nephews out. So Uncle Fireman Sam was taking all the kids for little rides in the fire engine. It's just an amazing experience, and I swapped that fire engine for a Chevy truck. You know, and this is the thing in life, you know, Things are supposed to happen for a reason. I put it on eBay, I took that to auction as well, couldn't sell it for love or money. And who wants a yellow fire engine? Everyone wants a red one, right? And what can you do with a fire engine apart from maybe take kids to proms or get pulled over by the police for not having the blue lights on?
Sam, does the beacon work? Beacon. Yeah, we got a blue.
You know what? I swapped it for a Chevy truck that I still haven't fixed, that I've had about 5 years now. And just shows, you know, I should have probably kept the fire engine.
Please go to our channel homepage and click on the playlist to watch more Hard Up Garage videos. If you like what we're doing, click on that subscribe button. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe, and you can also help us by leaving a comment and click the like button. Please share this episode on social media with your friends and family. But while you're there, why not follow us at Hard Up Garage on Twitter, Instagram and Facebook. If you follow us on social media, you'll see when we've got brand new videos for you lovely people. And don't forget to visit hardupgarage.com, where you can get some background on what we do and buy some of our much loved merchandise. Goodbye from Sam from Hard Up Garage, and thank you for listening to my lovely car stories. Stories about cars.